Hello you guys, welcome back to the channel. So I'm Sarah, and today we're going to go over just a whole bunch of things that I'm doing with our family to help during the craziness of this inflation and everything going through the roof. So I'm going to talk about some things that I'm doing. I would love to hear in the comments some things that you're doing. We'd all love to read them so we can help each other. So I'm going to go first. So the first one is lessening our portion sizes, which I got a comment a couple days ago from someone, and she said nobody ever talks about that. And that's true, nobody ever does, but I mean, we have done that with several things. I've started putting some things in like little sandwich baggies, or instead of sitting down with the whole box, the whole bag, whatever it happens to be, of putting it in a little bowl instead of just sitting down with the whole thing. And then the other thing we have done, my husband and I have kind of both done this a little bit, instead of having a whole sandwich, I just make a half sandwich. Because honestly, do I really need the whole thing? Probably not, because I'm going to have some pickles with it, or, whatever. So that's something, is cutting down our portion sizes, which is good for our wallet. It's good for everything, even good for, our waste, all of that. So it's good all around. And, I am the kind of person that will sit down with a whole bag of chips. I'll polish the whole thing off. If you are like that, maybe this is a good idea for you too, because that way, instead of going through an entire bag of chips in one sitting, or maybe two, then it lasts a lot longer. You don't have to continuously, keep rebuying those things over and over. Anyway, it's just a way to cut it down, and it's good all the way around. So the next one is finding sales. Now, if I have to go to more than one store, I will. If I don't have to, I don't want to. Sometimes the other stores don't have enough to get me through the door, is what I call it. So I shop at Winco all the time. And if, say, Safeway or Albertsons or Roth's, those are the ones we have in our area, if those have things that are good enough to get me through the door, I will go there. Now, the way I grocery shop is trying to make sure that anything I need, I buy it on sale. That way I don't have to pay full price for everything, because the prices of everything are still going up. And so what I do is, if something's on sale, right? Say it's whatever, tomato sauce, and it's a super great deal, then I'm going to buy, more than I need. I'm not going to just buy one that I need, say this week for spaghetti or whatever. I'm going to buy 3 or however many, right? Because then hopefully it'll last me until it's on a fairly good sale again. So that's my goal, is trying to buy groceries when they're on sale and not having to pay full price. I mean, a lot of times with produce and dairy and stuff, you do have to pay, whatever the price is, because they're not readily as able, you can't store them away as easily as other goods. So, but for the general rule, pantry items, meat, all of that, when there's a meat sale, I'll buy 20 or 30 pounds of meat. That way I don't have to spend full price when I need meat. I already have some in my freezer. So that's something to keep in mind. That's one of the things we've been doing. And the other one is cooking from scratch. Now, I've been doing that a lot more. I do use some convenience foods, but in my mind, whatever I make at home is way better than going through a fast food restaurant, any of that. Because it's better not only for our waistline, it's better for our pocketbook. It's just better all around. It's better for the family, the togetherness, all of that. It's just better. And so that's another thing we've been doing, is just, I've been making a lot of like cookies, and I'm learning how to make bread, and I'm just, all of those things, I'm learning how to do it, so I'm not buying it. And then the next thing is that I only shop once a week. And when I say I only shop once a week, I mean, if I didn't get something and I forgot to put it on the list, or I didn't get it at the store or whatever, I'm just not getting it. Now, if you have babies or something like that, then that's different. I mean, if you forgot to get formula, you have to get that. But as a general rule, the majority of things you can substitute. You can use something other than what you had in mind. You may have something in your pantry that you can use instead. So I've become a super stickler on the once a week grocery shopping. And then the other thing is we've been only eating out twice a month. We started doing this a couple months ago. You know, we made the deal, we shook on it, and we're only eating out twice a month. And that includes drive-through and whatever. Sometimes when I go grocery shopping, I will stop by and grab something. And then so that I'm not going grocery shopping starving to death, right? Which I should have just eaten something before I left the house, right? I do have pocket money that I can spend however I want, so sometimes that's how I choose to spend it. But as a general rule, when we go out, it's twice a month. So the next one is I switched phone carriers. You guys, okay. So I had, I had T-Mobile. It was $113 a month for my husband and I both. And so for both of us together. I switched to Mint. No, this is not sponsored, none of that. I switched to Mint Mobile, and it is now $30 a month. Is it $30 a month? Yes. $30 a month, so that's $15 a line. And the service is great. We haven't had any issue with it. And they use the T-Mobile network. So we were already using, you know, it was basically the same service, but for a third of the price. And so it's just amazing how, you know, whenever you can lower those fixed expenses, how much that frees up into your budget. So that is something to check out. Your car insurance, your phone carrier, your Wi-Fi, you know, all of those things. Another thing you can do is call your electric company, your gas company. And what we have on ours is, it's called Equal Pay where we live. And so they take your, you know, the last year of your service and they average it. And so you know what your bill is going to be. So in the wintertime, you don't get this bill for $600. That's happened to us before. It was $630 some odd dollars at this house that we were renting. And I almost died. Oh, it was horrible. Anyway, but we hadn't lived there long enough to put that one on Equal Pay, so we didn't. But other than that, for the past, 15 years, all of those, you know, my power and my gas have all been on the Equal Pay plan. So it's never a surprise. And so that's another thing we can do, because the more certainty we can have during all of this uncertainty, the better, right? I mean, that's how I think about it. Okay, so the next one is I got rid of all of our subscriptions. So now the only two, we don't have cable or any of that. I haven't had that for 15 years, but we don't have Netflix. The only things we have, hold on, I think. We have Prime, because we have Amazon Prime. So I do have that subscription. So we have that to watch if we want. But then the other thing is we just watch YouTube. We watch it on our TV. And so we can watch movies, we can watch TV shows, we can watch the news, we can watch everything. And it's free. So that may be something else to kind of mess around with. So what I would suggest is decide which ones you're going to cancel and try watching YouTube for a week. Just YouTube. Look some stuff up and see if it has the things that you want to watch. And so that's what I would do. I would try to use that for a week. If you like it, cancel the other ones. Or maybe cancel, only decide you're only going to have one service that you're paying for. So that's another thing that I would do. And I have done. And so we only have the Prime, which is good for, obviously, Amazon Prime, but also for watching videos. But other than that, we just use YouTube. So the next one is I changed up my whole laundry thing that I had. I mean, I've always been one of those, you wash everything on warm, you wash some of the things on hot, you wash some of the things on cold. I don't even do that anymore. I have been really trying to streamline things to where they're cheaper, they take less time, all of that. And so what I've done is I wash everything on cold except for towels. Towels I wash on hot. But other than that, I wash it all on cold. And the other thing with that is that I have, instead of sorting everything out, because I'm washing it on cold, nothing's going to fade. And your soap in your washer is doing all the work. And so I don't even, I mean, other than the towels, obviously I separate the towels, but the rest of it, I wash it together. Because it's on cold, nothing fades. It's amazing. You guys got to try it. I mean, I don't know how much it saved me, but it has saved me having 3 loads of laundry to do and running the dryer for all that more time than having 1 load. And it's amazing. I mean, don't overload your washer, but you know, within reason, right? You have just a larger load rather than 3 small loads, which takes you so much more time and also uses that much more soap, that much more electricity. Just try it and see what you think. Let me know down in the comments if you've done this before. Okay, and the next one is I only go to town once a week. So for me, going to town is about a half an hour away. And so it's an excursion, right? So I don't want to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I don't even like doing that in our little town. I don't like going to the post office and then tomorrow going to the bank. And then it's just ridiculous. It's more wear and tear on your car. It's unneeded. So just kind of streamlining and organizing those times out. For one, it makes your car last longer. And for 2, you don't waste as much gas or time. It just takes a little bit of, you know, organizing that and figuring out what else can I do if I'm in town. You know, I can do all the things and just kind of go from the farthest away, you know, to the closest and work your way out of town doing that. All right, the next one is, let's see, hold on. I've got to figure out where I stopped here because I went off there for a second, sorry. I'm not buying Decor or really anything. So for the past a few months, I guess, well, several, I have not been buying really anything. I just, for one thing, I don't need anything. For 2, I don't want anything. And my thought on it is, if I can spend it, I can save it. So if I was going to buy X, Y, or Z, I can save that money just as much as I can spend it. So if I can spend it on frivolous, I can save it for later. And so that's what I've been trying to focus more on, is doing that. So I was at home, let me tell you the story. I was at Home Goods the other day, looking for a rug. I found some curtains. I was looking for those things because I really needed a rug because mine literally was falling apart. I was throwing it away. So I found this thing, and there were so many pretty things in Home Goods, you guys. That is my Achilles heel. Home Goods and like a store like Staples. Oh my gosh, I love them. I felt like a kid in a candy store. Like, there are so many pretty things everywhere, right? And I had to rein it in. I was like, no. I had a garage sale years ago. Well, not years ago. It was last year. So I had a garage sale. And it has stuck in my mind. And now, before I buy stuff, I'm thinking, am I going to sell that in a garage sale next year for $1? I don't know. It's just something to think about. That if you can spend it, then you can save it. So, it's a little bit of nugget there. Okay, the next one is I'm learning new skills. And I'm really honing in. I'm really trying to learn as much as I can about so many things. One thing is YouTube. I am trying to learn new things, trying to learn how to do the thumbnail, which is the little picture you see before the video starts and all that, as you're scrolling through looking. I'm trying to learn new editing things. I'm just trying to learn everything. I'm trying to learn how to cook more from scratch. I'm trying to get better with my organizing so things don't take me as long, so that I can incorporate more of YouTube into my daily life. That's what I want to do. I want to do this full time. There, I said it out in the universe. Anyway, yeah, that's what I want to do. So I'm trying to figure out how to balance that. I am home full time now, and I didn't used to be, and so I'm still trying to figure that out. Trying to figure out time management for sure. Anyway, if you have any ideas about that, let me know down in the comments. So that's all I have for you today, guys. Let me know what you're doing during this crazy time. Yeah, let me know. We'd all love to hear about it. And I will see you on the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. All right, I'll see you next time.